Hey, what's up? This is Sam. Okay, this is recorded on January 3rd, and the thing is, I have not even did a year in of 2020. I thought at first I didn't want to do it, but I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I mean, last year, looking back, in the very beginning, now I'm just looking at my videos from YouTube from standpoint, and one thing that I have to say that was a pro and probably even this year has been, even that 2020 was shit, is that I watched a shit ton of good movies. I started watching back the Nightmare on Elm Street series, started watching the older movies like Rituals, the Sleepaway Camps, Terror Train, Prom Night. I watched a recently shows, then you have movies like Friday the 13th New Beginning, fucking Event Horizon. Now, those are just some films that just no. Also, in the front of the year, I had this CBD craze, this CBD flower craze that lasted about 2 months, just or whatever, or I'd say a month or two. Well, that and lottery tickets. I got the lottery tickets, but I got out of that trend, and then with the whole CBD craze, it was just February, February, March, well, it's on here. I have an old video which I haven't reviewed. It's me smoking the Space Rock CBD review, and CBD it just makes you want to smoke the real shit. I mean, the CBD weed was just, it's just, you get a little itsy bitsy head buzz, and it was a cool, but no, I went for that little phase, and yeah. Also, in the beginning of January, the beginning of the year, is just I got a little ass chewed by my girlfriend at the time, Caitlin. Oh, we're not going anywhere. Rah, rah, rah. Well, your fat ass will be going later in the month or later in the year. I mean, later down the fucking road. Um, Got to see Sonic the Hedgehog in the movie theater right before the pandemic hit. Awesome. It was good. It was with me, Ronnie, and Kaylin. But also, too, in February, I think it was, I got drunk as fuck and got blacked out drunk. And yeah. And I got altercations with my friend's family, the Watsons, whatever, which were all drunk. Got my ass kicked. And I had arguments and fights with Kaylin. The whole year for my relationship was, it's just, I don't know. I didn't really care. I'm tired of it. And as I'm looking down, as I'm looking, and also too, the last ICW the first and only event of the year, Intense Mania 6, I did a review, and then they had the Hall of Fame induction I did, and then I did the Linux King versus Matt Creed match. But I realized I did my Simon filters, and I started doing the coping skill vlogs, which at first was it was a everyday thing, but then I just got depressed about it because I ain't have no one talking to me. But now I do the coping skill vlogs. Just it comes and goes. But I realized that some of his videos is just like, oh, terrible. A terrible start of the year. Like New Year's Eve, the first day. The New Year's Day, I had indigestion and my stomach was killing me. So I had never, in so many years, from 2017, which was another shitty year. But the thing is, though, it was first half. The first half was the first the first 3 months were bullshit, and then after that, it got better. 2020 is not. And then my fucking cat, go away, go away. He's trying to get in. But yeah, I never like. There's so many vlogs of talking about, oh, how shitty this year is and yada yada, and the pandemic, the self quarantine we talk about, went to Gas City a lot. That was fun. The one thing that was pretty cool. That's another cool thing, is that I got my that I only got like $500, but I got taxes back. I didn't know. Well, for my part-time job, I didn't know I could still owe taxes still. Not, well, this year I won't be able to. I'm not doing taxes because I didn't have a job last year. But I got me a brand new TV. I got me a brand new 55-inch or 54-inch TCL Roku TV, and it's still kicking ass. So that's pretty badass. That was a pretty fun thing of this year. And then before the pandemic and all this shit hit, I got Ronnie's old music program. That after this was the last. I mean, what day was that? That was March 12th, and I still got it. And just damn, more movies, a lot of movies. But then April and May, that's when me and my girlfriend at the time, Kaylin, were fighting. But we were fighting the whole year. Um, but we watched some movies, but then just we had a little break that was only 6 days. Should have been longer than that, but no. And I'm looking at some videos. Yeah. Sorry, Modern Warfare. It was fun. Modern Warfare was fun playing the game, but it died at the end of the end of the season later on this year because my Activision account got fucking hacked, and I lost everything, and that's what made me realize. And I didn't really care about much Call of Duty games much. So we keep going on. What else is going on here? See, the first half of 2020 sucks. Yada yada, all this shit. Try playing Halo. Yada yada. Why am I getting? All right, never mind. Oh, it was later videos that I didn't get done because I didn't get much done. Jonesboro Park I go into, and then just before I got my ass kicked. Yeah, the 21st of February. I'm never gonna forget. It just if I had to take what was a better half, the first half. But then again, it's not really. Because of the shit going on, the pandemic, and then my friend fucking Kenny, who if I was a friend, who's a fiend, fucks my girlfriend, and she did that shit, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's ridiculous. I did some vlogs going back to my old work, and then Easter, which is okay. We got his bike. My friend Tim got evicted, which I got adventures of that. Then I go and see him and Rika, or I forgot to say her name. It's just and a lot of anti caffeine pop fasts that failed miserably. And the thing is that and honestly, I mean, and what sucks too about last year as well is just I couldn't see my grandma on this whole pandemic thing. We get to see her out talking on out the balcony. They did get her moved in later on in the fall, I think, into summer and into fall. I don't fucking know. But down below, but now we can't even talk to her on the fucking patio. I can talk to her on the phone, but I'd rather be in person. It's fucking bullshit. So I mean, that's what really sucks. But and it just I look back on the videos and just it's great. I try playing Borderlands again, and then July 5th, what starts as the defending as something as the Indiana beaches because as Father's Day / birthday present I got from my girlfriend at the time's parents. Before that, I was gonna get me some Indiana Beach passes. Well, they ended up buying me us passes, which I still have to here. My boxers, I don't care. See everything you want. But yeah, there you go. You got the old season passes here. Kaylin Harding, my ex-girlfriend's picture. And you got me and my son. My son. Already these are shitty pictures, but this right here, after this year alone, this year alone, if I had to put like, it would have to be relationship slash breakup versus or Indiana Beach versus relationship slash breakup. That's the two main things. The two main fuck yous or no, there was a fuck you and there was a fuck yeah versus a fuck you. If it wasn't for these Indiana Beach trips, I mean, this year would be a fucking dud. The first trip we went was okay, and the thing is, I wanted to do least to greatest, but here's the thing though, the best times was with not well. The only time, we went 10 times. We went 3 times in July. All those, the first time was it was okay, but then the second time with Dan, Uncle Dan, which I get annoyed, he's my friend, but I get annoyed with. That's when me and my girl at the time we started to fall. But the third time when we had her hit my buddy Dan and his wife and his 2 daughters, and he had Ronnie, myself, and Kayla. That's when it started to unfold. That's when the relationship started to die. And then we hung out together afterwards, but it was okay. Like the time that we came back after the whole situation was my favorite trip until the trip, the seventh. I don't know what trip it was, and I don't really care about. I don't mean just to talk about what trip it was, but there was a trip where we went her second to last time, which I think was because I went 10 times. So 10 was with my mom, 9 was with Clinton, 8. So the sixth trip. So the 6 and 7 trip. The sixth trip was we had lunch and we came back in the park, and then the 7 we did the same thing, but we had snacks. We didn't really eat. But yeah, 6 and 7. But 6 would probably be my favorite trip with Kaylin when we were broken up. The 6th and the 4th trip. 4th and 6th trip are great. Then I went on a trip by myself with my son on the 5th trip. But then the trip after that, when we went for lunch, which was awesome, it was a good time, and we were not arguing. But then that's when it started to flow down. She started talking to her fucking current boyfriend now, and she started being this fucking stupid cunt. And so yeah. But if I had to say the last 3 events, and said it before, the last 3, my son he's been there 11 times because he went there 2 years ago once, and he went 10 times last year. And the last 3 times, I mean, in no particular order. The last 3 with Joe, with my son, and then with Clinton the next week later, the day before Halloween, and then on November 7th, that I thought that wasn't going to happen, but November 7th was the last day, and I had my mother with me and my son. Those 3 trips alone are the best trips ever. Because I got to go with a friend. I was supposed to go with my friend Randy, but he fucked off. But yeah, those Indian Beach trips, or, if it wasn't for them, yeah. I don't know what, I look back and I'm like, yeah. And I'm looking still back, we're in July, yada yada, just. Video game wise, I've been playing Call of Duty, but now it's just, I don't know anymore, dude. It's just. That's just basically what it was, I love the rants that I've done. But, and at the end, this is just going for everything, it's just the second half, December, we have good times of Christmas and shit, but man, this December was just, with my ex finally leaving, and then I find out my friends are leaving, or moving, and I don't know nobody here at Green Tree. I know people, but not per se, like, very close friendship. I have nobody. I'm on my own here now. And yeah. And then I get to see my aunt, which is depressing. She got cancer, and I hope she beats it. She's a fighting son of a bitch. She's fighting. So yeah, I don't call her son of a bitch. But. And then September, of course. I had this little situation where I thought I have a urination problem and guy issues. Erectile dysfunction, all this other crap. And I'm still dealing with this today. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to the marrying appointment, which is the appointment that I scheduled before the appointment I went to before in Muncie. But it's local. And I said to him, I said, I just want to give him some questions again. If I'm here for no reason, whatever, I don't care. I want help. So, but that really just sucked. But that's just what it is, and that first month alone, and then the first month alone of being just that first month alone of it was probably it's hard. It's still going. I'm still going through it now, but it's just you keep going on, no matter how negative, how dark it is. You keep going on. There's your very last days. Went to Asherwood. Um, Going to Asherwood. Well, and also the COVID had a couple tests. Had to get some couple COVID testing done, and failed the test. So woohoo, awesome. But also I went to Asherwoods, which it was great to go to Asherwoods. And I'm kind of glad my ex didn't go with us. But that was great. But also it was sad in a way because that place is deteriorating, and the memories of high school. I mean, memories of going there to school. It's just the Avery's gone, and certain shit's like wow. But oh well. It sucks that our we had to put Missy down, Tana and Janae's dog, which that was just depressing. But and I got a couple members here too. But the first, it's just you look back and then we had a good Christmas, but and I'm going too long, but I mean this year, 2020 alone, one of the worst years ever. I mean, you got your moments, just the whole pandemic that played out, of course, and then with my relationship with my ex cheating on me, with my so-called friend who did it 2 years ago, for a friend who I didn't talk to, and I forgave him. I didn't talk to him for a year, and then my friend Kenny, who I've hardly even talked to much anymore because look what they've done, and he's still with his baby mama still, and you're lucky I didn't tell your baby mama, bitch. But I mean, I'm cool. I forgave him both, but it's just this year. I mean, I keep saying this year, 2020. It's just Indian Beach saved that year. I mean, the year sucked, but to survive and know that, hey, I could pick up my son and go to Indian Beach. And that's what I plan on doing for 2021. Is I plan on getting the season passes again. It's going to be more expensive this year, but oh well. Seeing my kid happy, seeing him enjoy, and finally doing the things by myself with him is now I'm ready for it. I mean, I took him to Indian Beach once last year in 2020, and well, actually, I was feeling like shit because I took blood. I drew blood that morning, but didn't do well and didn't ease much, and I lost my mask and everything, and it was hard and shit. But this year, I keep saying this year, 2020, it was not, like I say, when I was look back at 2017 is one of the worst years because of that colonoscopy I had and my withdrawing from Latuda, but that was a half. That wasn't two halves. So, that wasn't both it was not both sections of the year. I mean, you have 12 months. There's 6 months. That was now in the first. It was in the first 6 months. You have January, February, March, April, May, June. So I mean, the shit ended basically heading towards May to June. So, but yeah, that is the year in review of 2020. I didn't know. I thought I wasn't gonna do the video, but I said fuck it. I said, go ahead and do it. Decided to do it, so I did it. So yeah, I want to get this video done now. If people are watching this video, the next vlog that will be uploaded, I've decided to do one final rant on my ex-girlfriend. Now the thing is, this will be the life and burial. Well, if I can do it, I don't know. It might just be called the burial, but it might just be called the life and the burial of KPH and SRE, which is my ex-girlfriend's initials and my initials. And basically, yeah, I'm talking about it again, but I'm reminiscing from the very beginning, just talking about it until the end. Because, yeah, it's the ending. I have to say goodbye. And also, too, she's on my Facebook friends list, but I'll talk about more of it. But I'm about to just unfriend her because she's a hypocritical bitch. That's all I'm going to say at the end. But I'm STS. Thank you for watching this year-end review of 2020. One of the fucking worst years ever. But it was the year, it was in going from 29 to 30 shits. So now we're at 30 to 31. Let's hope we'll do better.